Hey, what's up, everyone? As promised, I'm gonna post a video on what an average week looks like in Utah, Manti, during the pageant. The normal schedule is we usually leave on a Saturday, get there Saturday afternoon, and set up camp. It's usually for the guys who tent out back. We'll set up a tent. Some guys work out a system where they sleep inside on the floor. I personally like the tent area. After that comes Sunday. Sunday we don't really do much. So we get up and go to church, and most likely we'll eat with the local Christians and some of the Christians from afar as a group in the local park. And then Monday, every day of the week, we get up and go to church or also training. So we get up, we go kind of grab a bite and head into church. There we will do worship to start, prayer, and then it's a time to cover updates from what's been going on locally, positive and negative, as well as kind of refresher course for some, training for others. Some of the topics we've covered in the past are why do you believe what you believe? Where do we derive at the Trinity by reading the Bible? Is that right? Derive? Yeah. All right. And then so just training like that. That lasts maybe 1 to 2 hours. I think somewhere in between there. I might be a little off. And then we go get lunch, and basically go straight to the community projects. Sometimes we have community projects lined up. One year we kind of repainted the local skate park or rec center that had a lot of graffiti on it. Other times we've painted fences, pulled weeds, cut grass. One night I got to work at a turkey farm. So just stuff like that. However we can kind of reach out to the community. I know one time we got to put in someone's sprinkler system, and in doing so he invited a couple of us to meet with him later on that week to discuss our beliefs, and he was actually from a local polygamy church, or a church that believed in polygamy and still practiced it. And so directly after our community projects, we go have dinner together, usually with the group you came with or the group you're staying with, and then we'll go straight out to the streets of the pageant. We usually get out there an hour to a half hour before the pageant starts, or before the people start arriving for the pageant, and we'll just kind of go into prayer and worship in the street. We're not allowed on the local parks to witness or evangelize, or we will be. It is against the law. And so usually a half hour after that, 6 o'clock roughly, people start showing up for the event. The event starts at 9. So you have 3 hours of people kind of mingling. Sorry. People kind of mingling and getting food and so forth. And so during that time we will engage and break up in pairs, 3s, 4s, whatever, and just engage with the community or the people. And then this pageant starts around 9, so around 9:30 roughly, we're heading towards the local diner, kind of ice cream parlor. There, all the Christians kind of come together, and we debrief, we talk, we're like, wow, this tonight, that tonight. It's kind of that thing, and we'll head back to our places, usually around 10, anywhere between like 10 and 11:30, we all start kind of heading back. And then sometimes we'll debrief even greater within our groups, and then hit the sack. That's the average day. Now 2 days do differ from that. One day is when we go to BYU. We basically get up and go straight to BYU, and go door to door to the local housing area and the local apartment area to talk to anybody, then answer the door. We have lunch that day in the BYU cafeteria. We usually disperse and kind of sit at tables with students and again just kind of go over the differences between Christianity and Mormonism. and witness. Then we go back to make it to the pageant. The other day that differs is the day that we go to Temple Square. Temple Square is where basically you have Salt Lake City Temple. You have where they do choir. I don't know what that's called, but their choir buildings there. The conference centers across the street. They have their history museum there. They have their kind of ancestry center there. Brigham Young's house there. Joseph Center Memorial Building or whatever's there. So in general, we go there because that is a place that some missionaries, kind of walk out their mission or do their mission. And so it has a lot of missionaries roaming the grounds, inquiring if you have any questions. So that's a great opportunity because they'll come to you and say, hey, can we help you with something? They also give tours. So we'll take a tour and then, kind of, drop questions, kind of the student role teaching where we try and ask questions to lead them to a conclusion that we already know. So those are the 2 days that are kind of different. Again, we try and head back to make the pageant, to kind of witness during the pageant. The pageant basically is the story of Joseph Smith and the birth of the church. Gives some history on how the Book of Mormon came about. It seats 13,750 people. It goes for about 14 days. The surrounding parks are where the overflow goes, and they all kind of break out their blankets and watch. So it's literally thousands upon thousands of Mormons, with roughly maybe 2 to maybe 400 Christians. So it's a great opportunity. It's a great experience. I love the closeness that it brings you to the Lord. You get out of a 45-minute conversation, you're drained mentally, and then all of a sudden you're just like, hey, I gotta go talk to that person. And it's the same conversation most of the time, but it's like still, it's awesome. Some of the stories that have birthed from this. I've had a relationship that I still have with 2 young men there, Braxton Johnson and Stephen Johnson. They're both on, one's leaving for his mission or just left last week. The other one's in his 2nd year of his mission. And we still talk. They write me letters. We've gone over doctrinal differences. They've asked me how we stand on certain verses. It's opened an opportunity for me to share. It's been awesome. So if you're interested in going, that's what it's like. We plan on going, I believe, on Saturday, returning on the following Sunday, or Friday to Sunday, but roughly 7 to 8 days. The trip cost is anywhere as low as $150, as high as $250, so not a big difference. I mean, you should probably be good with $200 if you're interested in going. I'm unemployed right now, so I'm trying to raise that $200. If you feel like giving, please message me. I would love to, send you my address. In doing so, anybody that has given in the past, I have not only done a video blog every day, 1 to 2 times a day, to kind of give them updates while we're out there, but I've also, written them to kind of share with them some of the things that maybe couldn't make it to the video log, some of the more personal things. 1 year I was befriended by the stake president, was allowed to see, some things, was allowed to sit in basically a car with him for 4 hours and just hash it out and talk about doctrine and talk about things, some of the things he shared. It was an awesome opportunity. Love to go, and if you're interested in going, love to have you. That's a week in Manti. Thanks for listening. Peace.